Welcome to the Rustic Garden Homestead. Let's talk about the basics for mulching. I'm going to mulch up this bed right here. Those are all pepper plants. And mulching does several things. Number one, it conserves moisture. It keeps moisture in that top 2-4 inches of the soil, even deeper, 5-10 centimeters. Moisture is really key for those shallow roots to be able to pull in nutrients. The other thing that it does is it protects the soil from heating up, which then protects the roots from getting up to like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It gets really hot when you have a 90-degree day like today. The sun is beating down, the soil temperature rises. And when the roots get too warm, too hot, plant production shuts down. So you're using mulch to conserve moisture, keep the roots cool. It's also a great way to feed the planting bed. I'm going to put down shredded hardwood, some dried leaves that aren't fully composted down. Any organic matter as a mulch does all those things, but it breaks down, feeds the plants in the shallow part of the garden, in that top 2, 4, 6 inches of the soil area, which plants love. You don't have to put down any organic fertilizer or spend the money actually to buy it. You can just put down the mulch. So let me show you what I'm doing, and then we're going to hit this bed with a water-soluble fertilizer. It's been 90 degrees for the last 4 days. Plenty of heat hitting the soil, warming it up. Because we're going from spring into summer, I initially don't mulch because I want the soil to warm up, get to that 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and that top 2-4 inches, even warmer, stimulates the growth of the plants. When they get the right warmth in the root system, they begin to grow better green. Now, with the heat coming, the soil is plenty warmed up from the spring and the winter and all that. So now I'm going to put the mulch down. Number one thing that mulch does is it keeps weeds down, and you can see all these weeds popping up. Even tomatoes that self-seeded are growing really well. Almost don't need transplants here in Maryland. You can direct seed tomato plants. So again, number one, keeps the weeds down. Let's put down the first layer. I'm going to put down some leaves that aren't fully composted down as my first layer. I just very quickly go through, tear up the leaves, get the leaves out of there. You know, you don't have to over worry about it and get every root. When you're doing it this way, we're going to put down the leaves. That will smother whatever's still growing. And then we're going to put in the heavier wood chips, which will definitely keep all these weeds down. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. These beds were watered around, I don't know, 8 or 8:30. They're already beginning to dry out. The mulch is going to make such a big difference in keeping the moisture in here. And I want to again stress, plants can only take the nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, all the nutrients, if there's enough water in there. It pulls in the nutrients, you know, when it's in the water, into the roots, into the plant. So if this is drying out a lot, they're not going to be able to get the nutrients they need. They'll survive and they'll struggle through and they'll produce, but keeping your area well watered and mulched will really give you thriving plants. We tend to underwater our gardens and we let them dry out, and they do survive. That's what they're made to do. More water, moisture control, bigger harvests. You can keep it simple and just put down one basic mulch. You could use grass clippings. Fresh cut grass, it's gonna be green like you know what it looks like. When it dries out, compresses down, you know, 10 days later, you put down a little bit more. You keep the mulch on top and it does the things that we're talking about. I also like adding in leaves, not fully broken down, not leaf compost yet. This layer, grasses and leaves, the worms love them. It'll bring the worms to the surface. The soil is moist, the worms stay there. They chew this up, they break it down, they give your plants the good stuff. In the past, I would put down a handful of organic granular fertilizer, actually many handfuls. You just don't need to do that. It's gonna save you some money. You can just use the organic mulch. Well, all this stuff is organic, but you can just use the mulch and it's gonna break down. If you wanna throw in some alfalfa pellets, you could do that, but you know, it's just an extra cost. So I'm just gonna spread this out and then I'm gonna put the shredded hardwood on top. Again, I just wanna stress, this is all you really have to do. I like the shredded hardwood, keeps this from blowing away. I think it's a little bit more dense, keeps the weeds down better. Now, I talk about shredded hardwood. It should never be in your bags of topsoil. You know that's my soapbox, and that's a garbage product. When you buy a bag of topsoil or garden soil and it's filled with shredded wood, shouldn't be in there. That's going to take nitrogen from your plants, because as those pieces of wood in that top 2, 4, 6 inches of the soil are being broken down by microbes, it takes nitrogen from your plants. However, you can put shredded wood right on top of here. This is a bed where I put in pepper transplants. When you go to plant, you just move the shredded wood to the side. A lot of it breaks down. I like the shredded hardwood because it's finer particles. I don't like using big wood chips because they don't break down, but the shredded hardwood does. Feeds the garden bed. I've used shredded hardwood for years, especially my tomato beds. Never causes a problem. You just leave it on top of the soil. Don't mix it into the top, 2 to 6 inches, 5 to 15 centimeters. Keep any wood mulches, again, on the surface. This is what I mean by shredded hardwood. Just really fine bits of wood. And all I'm doing is grabbing handfuls and I'm just dropping it down there, just like that. Nothing fancy. I'll do that for the whole bed. And when you look at the plants, it's an illusion, but I swear they look healthier and happier already. I mean, seriously, they really do look greener and healthier already. We're gonna hit the plants with any water-soluble fertilizer, just a quick drink on all the roots. And that's all you really need to do to set these plants up. Maybe feed them another time at mid-growth or something like that. But I really take care of my beds with the composting, with mulch, and everything you saw today. That keeps the soil, filled with nutrients. Now, the other thing that you can do, because I'm using shredded hardwood, is to, put some of the nitrogen all over the wood. That helps the microbes grow, do their thing, helps speed up the breakdown. That's not a must. That's just gonna happen anyway as you're taking care of your plants. But what I want to stress is that I didn't use any organic granular fertilizer. Save yourself the money. The leaves and the grass act as your organic granular or your dry, fertilizers. And then you just put the wood mulch right on top. This is all you have to do. You could have a great growing bed for peppers following these methods. Let me just show you how much I put down. I mean, I always say like 2 or 3 inches, but I don't really know how much. So that's the soil right down there. So I don't know, that's maybe 1 inch, 2 inches, something like that. You just don't want to pile it up around the base of the plant, something like that. If this settles or I need more, I'll add more. You could put the grass or leaves right on top of this if you wanted to. But really, using the shredded hardwood in this method, this is pretty good for the entire year. Just keep it just like this. I'm not affiliated with them, but this is the shredded hardwood that I use. Comes in 3 cubic feet. I think it's only like $4. Goes a long way, I really like it. Here's a pepper bed I have to get to, but you could see, before mulching, and then we come right over here, and this is what it's gonna look like when you're done. Next step is watering. Let me grab the hose and show you that. I'm gonna try and get a picture of this. This is a good wasp. There are wasps that will hunt chewing insects, so don't be afraid of them. That one's probably getting a drink of water, but there's a lot of them around here and they're looking for food. Yeah, that one's taking a drink. So now we're just gonna soak it down. You want the mulch to be thoroughly wet. Let the water get into the shallow part of your garden bed, and that's gonna make a lot of difference. Microbes, worms, they need moisture. Your plants need moisture. Mulching goes a long way, as I was saying in the beginning, to keeping the root systems cool. So when you get the mid-July sun here in Maryland, your pepper plants and your tomato plants don't shut down. If the roots get too hot, they think they're under stress, they're worried about drought and all that kind of stuff, and they stop producing. So mulch goes a long way to taking care of the root systems of your plant, so you get a longer, better harvest through those hot days of summer. This is one of my tomato beds where I just use leaves and grass. I don't even put the shredded hardwood down there too often. And why? Sometimes I don't have the shredded hardwood, don't feel like buying it, so I just use what I have. But what I wanted to show you, and these are tomato plants I just put in about 10 days ago. When you scrape away the mulch, it is still moist down here. That's what you're looking for, to maintain that moisture. And if I dug around, I might be able to find, well, there's a worm hanging out right on the surface. So even on, there's another one right there. On this really hot day, the worms are on the surface, they're doing their thing. Let's cover him back up. And that's what, the power of mulch does for your garden bed. This is a tomato bed I've been growing in for 5 years, just using shredded hardwood in the method that I showed you. And there's not much wood left. I have to add more to it. I'm gonna, again, just put down the leaves maybe some grass, more wood chips on top. And you can see, I mean, how nicely the tomatoes are growing. There's even some tomatoes already on there, and it's only May 20th. So slow and steady with your compost, your mulches. It's going to feed the bed, and your plants will do really well when mulched like this. And really just give them a big drink. You can't overwater your plants. It's really, really hard to do. Well, you could, but you'd have to try really hard. We tend to woefully underwater our plants, and they manage and we get production. But if we just spent more time really giving them extra moisture, water, you'd get a bigger harvest out of your plants, especially for peppers. Thanks so much for watching. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com. I sell tomato and pepper seeds, $1.75 a pack. All other seeds are only $1.50. And please subscribe and follow me. I'll teach you how to grow a whole garden, save some money, and have fun. Again, thanks so much for watching.